I'm genuinely baffled that this is the team that made me win 66 in literally 2 tries, slash the first try. The first time, this is my first run using Blue Miwa, and we won, which is insane to think about. Maki did not even sub in, so just imagine there's no one there. This is basically how I'm going to start doing it, where basically, like, especially for important floors, like, you'll see like a title like, oh my god, I can't believe this unit's insane now. I'm going to show the run inside because I think it's important, right? Especially for this, it's showing that Blue Miwa, Yellow Mekamaru, for example, also, right? All these units are now becoming like 10, 100, 1,000 times more valuable than they were before these floors, because you actually are going to need them. Blue Miwa is the carry in this. Now, I also believe Blue JoJo could have easily done it. It would have probably taken more RNG for sure, but I know I do feel pretty confident in him being able to do it. So let's just get into this and see. All right, now what exactly is the blue passive? So he does 2 actions. He has an increased AoE chance when there's a non-blue unit, so you have to run full blue because the AoE could stun. And then after 30 turns, you're dead. Because like the attacks after turn 30 is literally like 600,000 damage because it's a 3,000% stat increase, which is insane. So we're going to go into this. Now, actually, hold on. Sorry. Why is Blue Miwa so good for this floor? Well, because it's full blue, it's going to be mainly single target. And her skill 2 gives 2 counters in 3 times in 2 turns for counters. Has a chance to dodge. And then taunts once, right? Now, this taunt is going to be very important. I don't know if she has a taunt here. No, you can make her more of a DPS, but I did not. Because I didn't need to. I just didn't need to. You get a bit of luck and you're chilling, right? You basically just use this counter and you're going to be chilling. Because remember, a counter makes it so you take 0 damage, right? You counter and you take 0 damage against single target, I think melee attacks, which is why Miwa works so good here. And you're going to see she is phenomenal. Now, you do need Junpei memory on Miwa, but I think we could have subbed in one of the healing rec bits for either Unity or for a damage rec bit increase. One of the 2 would have worked. But for now, we're kind of chilling. I should not do that. I should have used the skill 1. Yeah. And I just subbed that in right away and we start countering. I just had to check. Wait, is this I just want to make sure this is the one we win in. Hold on. I'm pretty sure we only did 1 run. Yup, okay, we're good. So we just went by. Sukuna does his skill 1. So we're on turn 2 again, but it actually, no, hold on. Sorry, I should have showed it. But you'll see here, right? He's just going to attack Miwa, counter. I think he attacks again and he attacks someone else. Nope, he attacks Miwa, counter, right? And then he did no damage. No one took any damage that turn, which is why Miwa is just fucking insane. And that turn, I should have not used the skill 2 with Geto, if I'm being real. I learned later on in the fight, but I should not have done that because it does lower his cursed energy later, which is very important. So this turn, counter. Even if she's stunned, she counters, right? So this turn, she's not going to be able to taunt, but she could still counter. So stupid. So stupid. So turn 3, we use Pride, just so we make sure, because the skill 1 gives 100 extra alt gauge when you use it. So I got an extra 200 to get us closer, just in case. So she attacks Momo, or he attacks Momo, but that's fine, because you have dodge on Momo twice, so I'm not really scared. And now we could start taunting again. I was messing up with Geto, I'm not going to lie. Complete mess up at the beginning. But I do redeem myself later. And hey, does it matter? Hell no, because we won first try. So we're completely fine here. And yeah, I mean, even his alt is melee, just melee attack, right? Single target. So we're kind of chilling. Like, we're really chilling. It's insane. It is insane to think about. Man, I'm pissed I messed up with Geto because I could have done more damage. Like, that's insane. And I should not have used that with Momo either. Like, the fuck was I doing, man? Holy. And you could see, like, I basically have another 3 guaranteed turns with the taunt, and then I'm going to re-get the rec bit, right? Which is just, like, it's a very nice. And then, look, that one wasn't even... Oh, I think it was guaranteed a taunt. Yeah. I think does the site have it wrong? Hold on. Let's check it out. Because it says 1 time the taunt, but we just did it twice. I don't know if it's just 1 turn as a whole. Oh, do I have a dupe? I had a dupe? Oh, yeah, I'm putting that in for sure. What? I didn't even know I had a dupe. Oh, shit. So, is it 1 or 2 turns? It's 1 turn, but... Huh, hold on. Let's see. I just want to... Huh, wait. I'm very confused with that. Evasion. Taunt. Yeah, 1 turn, 1 time. I guess it's just 1 turn because the taunt icon was there for 2 attacks. So it meant it was more than 1 time, I guess, which is very odd, but I'm not complaining. So now we're just buffing with Sukuna to increase his crit rate / crit damage, and we keep on taunting with Miwa, I think. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Counter again. Counter again. It's so peak. It's so peak. And now we just go for damage increases again. And guess what? Another counter. And then we could counter next turn. And then we re-get the wreck bit. And then it's going to let us counter for another 2 turns. Like, that wreck bit, the Junpei wreck bit on Miwa, very strong. Very, very strong. There you go. Another 2 counters. Literally no damage once again. At this point, I could just use a healing wreck bit just to use it, if we're being real. Because the AoE could for sure be a bit bad. And we do that to combo with Sukuna just because it gives us a damage increase for the next 3 turns. Which is what I was checking right there. And then we go for the ult. And I almost missed... Whoa! I almost missed my pride. Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been pretty bad. It would have messed up the run. And you'll see now we do a lot of damage with Sukuna. It took a lot of build up, but we're fine now. So, you know. You see it changes from 500 to 700 with a crit. Oh, does it show it? No, I guess I didn't do even a crit. Huh, that's crazy. So, yeah, with the crit, it's doing an extra 200k per attack, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, we do a solid 5 mil, which might not... And thank God we had that dodge. Thank God. Because could have been bad. Solid, what, 480k? Yeah, good thing. And then, yeah, we're good. So solid 480k on the bleed. And then next turn, it's going to be even higher. Because we're going to add a skill 3 to that. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, yeah. There we go. And the Shoko wreck bit on Ghetto is better because it does increase his cursed energy when he gets low enough, which I don't know if you're going to see here. I don't know if it already activated, but just wanted to mention that. And unfortunately, that actually hurts because Sukuna has another 2 turns where he's able to do good stuff. So it is a bit of a RIP, if we're being honest. So we use the skill 3. Okay. All right, man. So we use the... Man! Okay. We use the skill 3. Spoiler, but yeah, we used the skill 3, good 250. Was that 2.5 or 255? I don't know. Probably 2.5. And you'll see the burn, bleed, sorry, is like 160 now. Very good. And I think we... Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. We're going to do the ult combo next turn. And then we get to counter again. And look, it just like flows perfectly with Blue Miwa. She's really just that good. She really is. She really is. And then another one. It's like, it's insane. And look at all that bleed damage, man. That was almost 1 million. I think it was 1 million. So now I'm not sure what I do here, if I'm being honest. We'll see. We shall see. And I go for the combo ult to get the extra ult gauge, 220 ult gauge. And we should actually, why don't I think it's because I go for the stun. I try and stun, but I do fail. We do lower the ult gauge and we do a bit of damage, but it's like fucking 300k. It's not a lot. It's definitely not a lot. There's like no debuffs or buffs on the enemy. So, sorry, there's no debuffs that we put on the enemy or buffs on us. So it's not going to do a lot. But still, decent-ish. Then, honestly, not using the... I did kind of screw myself over there. I'm not going to lie. But thank God we have 2 healing wreck bits. Because there we go. And now we're kind of chilling for the next like fucking while, right? So now I use... the skill 2 and we just stay on the skill 2 until pride stacks enough and then we're chilling, right? So this is basically how it goes now. These runs are very long. However, in general, it's pretty easy if you have the right team comp. But of course, it requires a lot of premium units. Blue Ghetto allows you to lower the damage you take. But of course, Blue Yumaki would probably work better in all honesty. But you do need someone like Blue Miwa, or slash you do need Blue Miwa to make this run very easy. And I do have Sukuna dupe 5, right? That's something very important to consider, is my Sukuna is dupe 5, which makes this run much easier than it could have been for other people. However, you could still use JOGO if you're someone else. So there is that to be mindful of. So we're kind of just chilling, right? We really are. I mean, I could have probably used the skill 3, but then I would have wasted a pride stack. So I'm good. I'm good. And I think this time I learned with Ghetto because he has a good amount of CE this time. Hell yeah. And I use it. And look, we're completely fine with the skill 2 on Miwa again, which is fucking insane, by the way. How, like, she's had 1 or 2 turns where she didn't use the skill 2. Like, that Junpei mem. I was shitting on the Junpei mem when I first started, but obviously I just started, so, you know, it was fair enough. But now we know, and it's like, it's insane. It really is. I should have used... I don't know why I didn't use it. Like, I should have at least used it. Like, very stupid on my part, if I'm being honest. Is what it is, though. We still get the counter, I think, twice. No, it's on Momo, but that's fine. I think I go for the heal. Yeah, I do. I do. And then we're chilling. We're chilling. We go for the combo and we break this time. So there was no point in taunting. And now that we broke, Miwa's going to get an extra like 30 cursed energy. So she's literally never going to not taunt again, especially with that rec bit. She's going to like be very high on cursed energy and going to continue to be very high. And you'll see here that like 800k is a crit. And yeah, no, the crit does an extra 300k there, which is a lot. Big difference. Big difference. But we are reaching the end. There's another like 4 to 5 minutes. And then, yeah, look, I mean, we're doing good damage. We're definitely in range to kill on time because by turn 30, we do die, right? Even Sukuna would die, right? That's the main thing with Gojo's is attack immunity lets you kind of cheese another couple turns like I did in my floor 65 run. But for floor 66 with Sukuna, yeah, you cannot do that. You can't because like you're just going to die if he does an AoE. The whole team is dead. The minute he does an AoE after, you're just dead, like guaranteed. And now look at Miwa's cursed energy. Look at that. We do our combo ult, and then we taunt. And Miwa's going to get extra cursed energy from the rec bit, which means she's fine for another 4 turns, not even counting the new CE she's going to get. So technically she's fine for 6 turns already, not even counting the next rec bit usage she's going to get. So I would say it's very crazy. Very crazy. Yup, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. Yep, there we go. And yeah, because that AoE normally would have killed. Unfortunately, both the supports got stunned, which is pretty ass, but is what it is. Is what it is. Actually, no, it was fine. We were in time. So yeah, one more like kind of rotation of this, and then we clear. That's it. Like Miwa full on carries this. Like look at that. Like the support's not taking any damage. You have to understand how big that is, because they would be like dying a lot more. Right, especially because Blue Ghetto's dupe 0 and everything. Like, it's rough. Now, I would say the Shoko member. No, sorry, the one on Miwa we could have definitely replaced. Sorry, Momo. I'm mixing their names up. The one on Momo we could have replaced. That one could have been a damage increase or unity to get your ults quicker, but the ults wouldn't really have changed much because we're basically relying on pride stacks, so that's something important to consider there. And we're essentially like 6-7 turns away from just winning, so, you know, at this point, it's just repetitive. We've already seen this twice, and it's like he can't really do much. Like, this boss is Miwa's bitch, quite literally. It's just that simple. Like Miwa, it's insane. It really is insane, right? How much Miwa is able to do. And, you know, we just wait for the ult and then we just win. That's it. I think he's going to be very low. We're even going to advance a bit because there's like no point, right? Like we know what the rotation is, right? We do. And then we just continue. Now we could use this skill too, I guess. We don't even need to use it. But there we go. We use this. Now you have to use the skill too. You keep on taunting with Miwa. And then Sukuna keeps on buffing. Like when you see the 2 turns on Pride, you want to start buffing with Ghetto. Or you want to debuff with Ghetto, I should say. Because 2 turns is essentially and 3 turns he's ulting. So that's basically how it goes. That was very unfortunate on Momo, but it's fine. If we got that buff with Momo, we probably would have cleared. So, with the ult, because we have to wait 1 more turn. But it's fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. And he does also stun Ghetto again, which hurts us pretty badly, because we're missing a whole stack of Ghetto and 2 stacks of Momo. So it is pretty unfortunate, if we're being honest. But, oh no, we're not missing a Momo stack. Okay, 1 of each. 1 stack of Ghetto, 1 stack of Momo, but it's fine. We do enough here. Very good, respectable damage. And yeah, 1 more turn, we skill 3, and then we win. Very simple, very easy. Right. A lot of damage on Sukuna. That's from 1 turn, and that's what I mean why Miwa was so good. Look how much Sukuna took in 1 turn, right? That's something we have to keep in mind. I think I go for the heal. Please tell me I do. Yes, sir. Then we... Do I ult? No. Yeah, that makes sense. And next turn, we kill. So a very easy, clean, perfect turn 30 run. If you have Blue Inumaki, it would probably go way better. If I'm being honest, Blue Inumaki over Blue Ghetto, you could probably clear by turn like 25, I'd say. Maybe like 26, 27. But yeah, no, this was a bit too close. But that was also because I got unlucky with the stunts. However, you know, we're kind of chilling. Like he's at what, 600k HP? Even Ghetto could kill that, right? So then afterwards, we ult with Ghetto. And there we go. The run's over with. So yeah, counters definitely have taken a bit of a resurgence because of the fact that these counter units have taunt, Not green Miwa, I think. Not green Miwa, but blue Miwa and yellow Mechamaru. Very good units now. Very, very good units. Especially because this was 45 mil HP. Like, that's 45 mil HP, but debuff values are lowered by 65%. So definitely clearing in 30 turns is good. And Miwa now is a support unit. Like, she's S+ easily. If you want to tell me SS, I'd be fine with that. Also, this art is insanely good. Yeah, no. Miwa, W Miwa. W Miwa's in the chat. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this Miwa gameplay. And basically confirmation that Miwa's goated. And I mean, hey, it's crazy. Miwa and Mechamaru are the two counter units, and like my favorite couple is the counter demons together. Big dubs.